Hi there. Welcome to my video on my take on the interplanar City of Sigil. Sigil, whatever. I'm from Kentucky. I can say it however I want. Please forgive the shaky cam this time around and the scratchiness in my voice. Temperatures change pretty much every day by 30 degrees here in Kentucky. My sinuses are crushing me. But it has been a long time since we've got to play. We haven't played since November. The last time that we got to play was sort of a downtime game, but it was the beginning of the next level of play. Characters are level 15, so the stakes have I might be 16 now. No, they're 15. The stakes have been raised dramatically. They were able to recover one of the fangs of Tiamat from the Green Dragon Ventura. When they made a deal with her, they stuck to it instead of fighting her for it. Very surprising to me. But while they were dealing with that, things were in motion across the plane that they're from. It's a homebrew world of mine. There's a council of metallic dragons that was trying to help them, minus the gold dragon who's gone missing somewhere out in the Astral Sea. Along with most of the gold dragons in the world, there are none that they've met so far. And Archon the Cruel made sure to imprison them inside of a Avernus in Tiamat's keep there. And that led to one of her most powerful lieutenants being gifted the power to become a great worm. And she came and laid waste to the capital city that they were in, the home of the elves, Lanahill. And so they fled, and they had some plot hooks that they could chase all across the world, and they chose to head to the Astral Sea to seek refuge and hope for the best. When they teleported away from the city, one of their beloved party members chose to stay behind to protect her animals, great grandmother Echo, and she was obliterated by the dragons that had since taken over the city. So before plane shifting to the City of Sigil, they teleported back, recovered her corpse, successfully resurrected her, and then used a interplanar traveler's guide to successfully plane shift to Sigil. And so I know that Sigil is not canonically in what is official Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Sigil's not like a big Spelljammer port, but for the purposes of my story that I'm telling, I wanted to use the city, so I gave it an Astral Sea port. It makes sense to me, since the Outland should be connected to the Astral Sea somehow. And so I built this little city here, like a cityscape dock area, in order to kind of facilitate a little bit of storytelling, and I can use this to better describe some of the places that they could potentially go, or people they could potentially meet based on the decisions my players make. I'll kind of run through it because I've kind of made a random quest table that they could potentially do, random events or whatever as they explore the city. So I want to start with this tower right here. Going back almost 4 years now in this campaign, at the very beginning, a tiefling swindled one of the players into believing that a hat of disguise was a polymorph hat. You could transform into any creature at any point. He didn't see through the ruse, overpaid for the hat. Oh, almost knocked something over. My apologies. Overpaid for the hat, and since then he has swindled yet another player who went shopping by herself, who had not met him previously. This is his tower, and there is a chance that if they go to certain parts of the city, they could meet him. He goes from plane to plane acquiring treasure, whether it's good treasure or not. Well, it's really up for the buyer to decide, but he sets the prices, so he's not too worried about that. And this is his main hub of operations here. This opens up into a tavern. So let me get this flump off here. I try to hide a flump in every map for one of my players who just loves flumps. So I've got a little bar set up in here. This is the Happy Beholder. I loved the idea of a nice beholder innkeeper from Spelljammer. And I'm using a Xanathar here as a large Luigi. I didn't want to have a Xanathar mini without having his little fishbowl there, even though he's not Xanathar. I just feel like they can't be separated, you know? Let's see here. This, of course, is a marketplace kind of contraption. I unfortunately don't have any market stalls. I kind of divested myself out of Warlock so that I could get more money to buy Dwarven Forge, honestly. There's just something about the Warlock system that I'm not really into. They make good dungeon dressings and dungeon accessories and stuff like that. But I tear my hands up on those clips, guys. Really hurts. Don't like it. Not a fan. So here they can meet some Dowar who are trying to get established as interplanar merchants for themselves, and they can potentially invest in the party so that they can afford a Spelljammer to get out, because most of their treasure is back in the city of Lanahill. Gotta have a giant space hamster in any kind of Astral Sea thing. They just rule. If you look around, my players really like to cause chaos. And if you know anything about Sigil, you'll know order has to be maintained here, or the Lady of Pain deals with the problem, and you don't want to attract her attention, or the guards through the city of the Marut. In my version of Sigil, oh goodness, I can't remember the deity's name from Mechanus, the Prime Modron. It's escaping me at the moment, but they made a deal with the Lady of Pain here to help keep order so that interplanar chaos could not unravel the multiverse. And so when laws are broken, the Marut are obligated to fix them, deal with the issue however they need to. So I do worry that I might have to kill a player or two just from causing chaos. And since the players need money, I wanted to give them multiple ways to do that didn't involve chaos, or I guess this could cause chaos. This is a fighting pit that I put together. Pretty simple little room. I kind of wish I didn't use this battle board, but once I got started, I didn't want to take it apart, so it's just kind of gonna clash with the mat, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. I'm sure only I'm gonna be bothered by it. But in here, I've got some Githyanki fighting against, I can't pronounce the magical item. Fighting against basically a big mech rock'em sock'em robot kind of guy. And over here on the bridge, this is where they can go out to the Spelljammer docks to recruit a captain and a Spelljammer to get them out. I'm using the Eberron Sky Coach for my Spelljammers. I really wish they'd have given us like real ships. I know with WizKids prices these days, a real ship would have probably been close to probably $400 to $500, unfortunately. So I understand why they made them on a smaller scale, but it's just really disappointing that we don't have cool ships that minis can jump onto and off of through combat in the Astral Sea. One of the captains over here will be Captain Flapjack. He's a cool little flump mini. Okay. Oh, he's dead now. Yeah, let's get that out of there. Whoop! So, this is for my buddy Anthony. If you actually do ever watch these bad boys, there's Captain Flapjack. He's great. I'll put that dock back on in a minute. And then, of course, I've got a door riding a space swine. The procession here of astral elves crossing over into the city. Let's see. And of course, gotta have your floating rocks for fun out in the Astral Sea. Some of you might be looking on. If you're watching this far, thank you very much. But you also might be wondering, like, what are these random doors for? They're just kind of hanging out here, Super Mario World 2 warp door style. Sigil is the city of doors, so I wanted to have random doors pop up throughout the area here. See, I got one there. There's one at the bridge there. One on the floating rock. I hit another one somewhere, and I think I've already lost it. No, it's behind the inn, isn't it? Yes. So I've got these doors that don't really go to anywhere. And if my players decide that they want to explore the city a little bit, I will have them roll randomly to see if they open a door to another plane. And I have a table to roll a D100 on, and that will determine what plane that door opens up to. And it's up to them if they want to walk through it or not. I would kind of expect some of them to just walk through. There's a 50% chance they won't be able to return through that same door and will end up somewhere else separated from the party, which seems to kind of be a thing that keeps happening in my games. Yeah, I think that's mostly it. I am sure, even though I think I've thought of most of the stuff that my players could get away with. Let's turn him so you can see the camera. I love the GIF. I'm so glad that we have some decent GIF minis. It's a huge bummer that they're locked behind promos and you don't know how to get them, but that's kind of unfortunately the way things have been going lately with WizKids. So minis are almost all WizKids. I believe they actually all are WizKids. I don't think I have any Dwarven Forge minis out here. The terrain trays, those are from Dwarven Forge. The green stuff that you see around the building here, that's Monster Fight Club. Dwarven Forge, Ruins are Dwarven Forge. Most of this is Dwarven Forge stuff. They're the best at what they do, so I don't mind. I don't mind paying a little extra for it, so that I can get these awesome setups for my games.
If you're still with me, I meant to say this at the top of the video, but be sure to cancel your D&D Beyond subscription. Let WotC know you can't push creatives out of the industry like this. They haven't made the best 5e content for a long time. I am looking forward to what groups like Kobold Press and MCDM do next with their own rules. Yeah, I think that's about it. I hope WotC comes to their senses. I don't expect they ever will until they kill their golden geese, which is magic and D&D at this point. So, yeah, that is it for me. I will surely be back with another video, probably in a few weeks. Kind of expect to not play again until February or so, because I got a few things I got to do in the next couple of weekends. So thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see what I get to try to bring to life next. If you like what I do, feel free to like and subscribe, and we can just chat about videos. I don't really care too much about being a YouTube star. I just like archiving my stuff. So if you like my stuff, I'm happy to chat with you about it. Thank you, and have fun rolling dice, and we'll see you soon.